Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a testing new makeup. I have a few new things that I have been wanting to try out and do a wear test for you, including this gorgeous new Nomad palette. I have also the brand new Patrick Ta foundation I have been holding on to and wanting to try, so I figured we would do this today. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. So I am going to go ahead and prime my eyes. I'll go ahead and start with eyeshadow today. And I'm just using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. We're gonna be out and about today, so I thought it would be a perfect day to do an actual like wear test since we're actually doing stuff, and it is a bit warm outside today. We had some major rain last night, some hail, and it kind of dented my car a little bit, so not very happy about that, but hopefully I can get that fixed. We'll see. So we're gonna be playing for eyeshadow with the new Nomad Hudson Valley palette, which is absolutely stunning. This is literally the perfect fall palette. It's all kind of like inspired by the fall foliage in the Hudson Valley area, which I believe is in New York, but just absolutely stunning. Mostly mattes, a few shimmers right here. I did do a look with this the other day with like a fun fall leaves inspired look. It was like oranges, mustards, but I kind of want to test out some of the greens today and like maybe do a matte look. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and take Apple Cider Donut, which is kind of this very cool tone, almost gray brown in the crease. I'm just using my favorite Sephora 24 brush. I always use this one. It's the perfect crease brush if you guys have small eyes. This is a really pretty shadow. Amazing formula as per usual. It has great pigment and blendability. I'm going to take this shade Farm to Table in the outer corner. This one is pretty dark. A great like just neutral, cool leaning dark brown for the outer corner to smoke things out. So I did dip in just a couple times to really build the intensity. I am going to mix these two on my lower lash line just to kind of create some smokiness. I'm going to pack on this Mountain Hike shade here on the lid. And I'll mix in a little bit of the Farmer's Market in the inner portion. So I think I'm gonna leave the eyes like this, just do an all matte look today. We could pop on this like lime green, but I think that's just gonna kind of throw the things off. I kind of want more of a cool toned green matte look going on, so I think we're gonna leave it as this. I know, kind of boring, but sometimes I love a good all matte eye in the fall especially. So let's actually move on to the face. For foundation, we are going to be using the new Patrick Ta Cream Foundation and Finishing Powder Duo, which I'm really excited to try. It looks a little bit off in color, so we'll see how this goes. This is light 4. I do have a major breakout here, so we'll see how this covers. Otherwise, we'll just go in with some concealer. But yeah, let me look up how to actually apply this and then we'll put it all over. So this is described as a buildable, breathable cream formula that melts and moves with the skin, and also an air spun setting powder to blur the appearance of pores and create a skin-like finish. It says to apply the cream foundation to build the desired coverage and then just apply the translucent setting powder on top. This recommends using the Patrick Ta complexion brush, which I have plenty of brushes, so we'll just go in with a brush, I guess. So we have some, I'm gonna place it on my brush and we'll just go in and cover. This seems to be a very natural finish. It is taking away some of my redness, just kind of perfecting things a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's like super full, but it might be able to build. I'm just gonna add a little bit more down on my chin area. So this definitely has a glow to it. We're gonna see how it looks once I set it with the powder. But yeah, it's really glowy. Definitely covers redness. It seems more like a medium coverage because it's not covering my acne spots. So I feel like I keep digging into more of the product, but I don't want to apply too much. I am going to go in with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer and just cover up those spots I do have. Of course, this one is being really finicky, so I'm just going to dab a little bit of the powder over that and then layer the concealer. It's all about layering if you have really stubborn ones to cover. So I'm just gonna keep the powder on it for a minute while we skip over to concealer before applying the powder. Okay, I do want to do my concealer next. So I'm actually using the new Too Faced one. I've heard some pretty good things about this. It's the Born This Way Ethereal Light. So it's an illuminating concealer. So it's supposed to be a little more glowy. Too Faced does make some really good concealers. Like their Super Coverage one is amazing. So I'm really excited to try this one out. I got the shade Oatmeal, if I didn't mention. This seems like a pretty good shade. And I can kind of tell already that it's not a super full coverage concealer. Definitely has a really nice radiance to it and a natural finish. It's not your super full coverage like the Born This Way super coverage, but it's nice. Like, I feel like this is going to be a really flattering one if you have fine lines under your eyes like me, or if you have really dry under eyes. I don't know if you'll love this if you have really dark circles though, because you might need a bit more coverage. You can always go in with a corrector first, but it does leave a really flawless look under there. Like, it's just, you know, bright illuminated. I am going to set with powder. I usually use a different one for eyes, so I'm just using my Jaclyn face palette. It's the brightening and setting palette. Now you just mix these two shades and we're going to set the eyes with this one, and then we'll go back to the Patrick Ta and use the powder to set everything. And I'm just going to use a small brush. This is a setting powder brush from Sigma, but since the powder looks a little bit lighter than the foundation, maybe it'll help like lighten things a bit more, but the powder definitely is more matte for sure. So yeah, that definitely mattified things here, but I don't think it looks too dry. It's about perfect for what I like. It looks a lot more natural on the skin. Maybe a little bit blurring, but I wouldn't say it blurs a ton. But yeah, we'll see how this lasts. Okay, I did my brows real quick. I am gonna move on to mascara. I'm gonna try out this Lancome one. It's pretty new. It's their Le 8 Hypnose Serum Infused Mascara, which I've been really excited to try because it's supposed to help with your lash health while also, you know, giving you your mascara needs. It's a pretty heavy bottle. Lancome, I know, makes some really good mascaras. I feel like they're a top mascara seller and they're always coming out with new formulas. So right away, this one is really separating. Let me try going in with one more coat here to see if it will build after they dry a bit. Oh yeah, after it dries a bit, you can really build this. But I think the best thing about this one is that it doesn't clump. Like, you can keep building without getting any clumps or anything. And it does look pretty natural, but it's just, it's not blowing my mind right now, but I think it looks decent. All right, the eyes are pretty much done. We're gonna move on to bronzer, and I'm hoping this will work okay. I have a cream bronzer to use, and I know we already powdered, so this could be good or bad. But I always like to test my cream bronzers with powder to see if it does hold up, if it patches, anything like that. So this is a brand new one from Merit, which I'm really excited to try. I wasn't gonna buy this, but they actually sent it over because I just have so many cream bronzers, but I have been hearing some good things about this one, so I picked the shade Clay. Here's what it looks like. The color is really awesome. So I like the BK Beauty 106 brush for my cream bronzer, and we're just gonna kind of tap this onto the face, around the forehead. Seems to be blending okay even with the face already set. This is very natural, which is kind of typical of their products. Their blushes are the same. They're really nice to wear if you're doing like a no makeup day. I like mine to have a little bit more pigment, but I mean, I'm building it up and it seems to be working fine. I just wish it had a little bit more staying power or like a little more matteness to it. But it is very natural looking. A lot of people love that look too. It has almost a luminous effect to it. For blush, I'm actually going to use this one from Huda, which is also fairly new. It's their Love Fest cream blush that came out with their Burning Cherry collection. It never released on Sephora, but I ended up ordering this one on the Huda site. We'll see if I like this color. It's a little much, but I didn't really like the other one. This is the darker one in the collection. What's really cool is you can kind of see in the mirror, it says share the, and then on here it says love. So that's really fun. I know Patrick Starr and his One Size brand came out with something similar, like a highlight that does that. It's really fun. And I think this is supposed to be like a cream formula. Let's see how this applies on the cheeks. I'm just gonna take a little bit. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, it looks a lot more pink when you get it on the cheeks. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I was afraid it would be more red like this. Also has a little bit of a glow, but I love the color so much. I'm so happy with that. And it applies really good over powder. Now I am going back a little bit into the Patrick Ta to just set everything. Which I guess I could have too, just laid the cream product down and did all my other creams and then went in with the powder. I guess it doesn't matter, but now you know both products perform fine over a powder. Okay, for lips, I did recently get the Too Faced Cocoa Bold lipsticks and they're fairly new, so thought we would try out this as well today. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Patrick Ta liner. This is just their Precision Lip Crayon. Where's the shade? Oh, She's Humble. And we're gonna use the shade Hot Chocolate with this one. Now, I really love this formula already. I wore the shade Buttercream in another video and it was like so orange. This has more pink to it, so this is gorgeous. If you guys haven't tried the Lady Bold lipsticks from Too Faced, they're such a good formula. And literally no one ever talks about them. Okay guys, so it's actually been about 5 hours or so and I actually filmed a little clip when I was all done with my makeup saying like, hey, like, here's the finished look. I'll be back after testing the makeup for a couple hours, but it didn't have sound, so I was like, ugh, I'm not gonna scrap the whole video just because of that. But just so you know, I have had on the whole makeup and it is 5 hours later and I'm here to give my thoughts on the products. As we can see, I am looking oilier than ever here. Let's just talk about the foundation. This on me is a slippery, slidey mess, I have to say. I am pretty sad about it. I really wanted this to work. I am definitely going to try it with a different primer. Today I just moisturized my skin, but like I said, it's been like 5 hours and this is, I've already touched up once in between then. Even when we applied the cream at first, I was a little unsure about it because I just wasn't liking how it was looking on my skin. I feel like there's some parts looking patchy. Of course, that could be due to the little bit of a darker shade that I got. But yeah, I wasn't overall impressed even right away trying it out and I'm just not impressed right now. Let me do a quick powder here. The powder itself is also very dry, so it doesn't really make sense. I just feel like the cream is too creamy on me, and I try skin tints just fine. I guess I don't wear a whole lot of cream foundations, but I mean, like, it looks nice once you kind of add the powder back in, but I don't want to have to do that every hour just to have my foundation looking decent. But yeah, I'll definitely have to update you guys on this one, but for now, I'm just thinking it's definitely going to be a pass for me, and a pass if you guys have oily skin or live in a humid climate. While we're talking about complexion, let's talk about the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Light Concealer. I actually feel like this looks really nice under the eyes. It's really flattering on fine lines like I mentioned earlier. I just wish maybe it had a little bit more coverage because I'm starting to see some darkness peek through, but that's just me being very picky. But I mean, it's a flattering concealer and I think if you're looking for something a little bit more moisturizing, this is nice. I might try mixing this in with their other concealer just to see how I like that. I just see a little bit of darkness peeking through, so this is definitely a no-go if you have really bad dark circles. But yeah, I'm gonna give this another try. Try it with a corrector, see how that does, like with an orange corrector base. I like my Sigma Duo, so I may try those together, but I mean, I like the formula overall. As far as the new Nomad Hudson Valley palette goes, now this one is not out quite yet. It's actually releasing on September 20th, so just in a couple of days. I'll definitely post a reminder when this is available because I do have an affiliate code with them. But I really like Nomad's formula, and this literally is the perfect fall palette. And sometimes with their palettes, they're hit or miss for me because sometimes their color stories are very bright, very out there. This is my type of colors. Like, I really love this. I do kind of wish this green was not so limey though. I wish it was more of a shimmery olive. I feel like that would have have really made the palette for me because the lime green just doesn't seem to make sense for what I'm looking for. But a gorgeous fall palette. This is kind of similar to the new Tarte one that I reviewed, but this one actually has more greens in it. So if you like the Tarte, but you wish it had more greens, you might want to try this one out. The shimmers are stunning. You can create some really beautiful matte looks with this one as well. If you're looking for a fall palette that is a little bit colorful, but also kind of has your staple neutral colors, definitely try this one out. As far as the cheek products go that we use, the Merit Stick Bronzer, I had a feeling that I wasn't going to love this, and I was right. My favorite kind of formula is one that has a little bit more grip to it, a little more matte, like not matte, but you know what I mean. This one just is really easy to apply, but it just kind of disappears after a while. I pretty much can't even tell that I applied anything, and if I'm gonna apply my cream bronzer, I want to be able to see it. Like, it's great, it blends out, that's nice, but at the end of the day, where's the color, you know? So this one for me is a pass. If you guys like something super natural for, like, if you don't really like to wear foundation and stuff, you may check this out, but for me, it's not really a fave. I really love this Huda Beauty blush though. I think this is beautiful. I absolutely was so happy with the color. I was a little bit scared of how it was gonna look, but it gave a gorgeous pink flush to the cheeks, a little dewy, so it didn't really mix well with my foundation because everything is just very dewy right now. But I think this is absolutely stunning. I love the formula of this too. This is better than their cream blush sticks by far. I hope they release more in this cream blush formula because this is a really nice one. The mascara, I really didn't have any smudging, which is nice, but I definitely have to try this again in a couple weeks. I like my mascaras to dry out just a little bit before I use them, but it's really separating. But if I was gonna rate this right now, I would say it's a pass for me just because I don't really like the look of my lashes right now. They look okay, but I like a lot of length, a lot of volume, and this is just not really it for me. It's just too natural. I'm really curious though about the properties that are supposed to help with your lashes and your lash health. If they're supposed to moisturize them, I think that's really awesome, but I still want my mascara to look really good. So I don't know, I'm on the fence of this. I'm gonna try it out again in a couple weeks and see. And then the lipstick, I absolutely love these. They aren't like super long wearing because it is a hydrating formula. Once I ate my lunch, it was pretty much gone because I usually wipe my lipstick off with a napkin anyway before I eat because I don't want my lipstick getting all over the place. So I did reapply it again, so it has been on a couple hours or so. But it's a really nice formula, a really pretty color, and I would definitely check these out if you haven't already. I really like the new Cocoa Bold line. So that's kind of it for my first impressions here. I think the major fails for me is definitely the foundation and also the cream bronzer. Those are my major passes. My major winners, I would say, is definitely the Huda cream blush and also the lipstick. Those are probably my two favorite products that we tried out today, and the eyeshadow palette, of course. So those are my top three. I'll have all these products linked down below for you guys if there's anything you're curious in checking out. But I definitely want to I want to do basically a huge makeup declutter, and then after that I'm gonna get back into kind of my speed reviews, or I like to call them keep or declutter, because if I don't like something, I declutter it out of my collection. I don't like keep it in there. So that's usually what I've been doing, but I have to get a control on my collection first because I am so behind. So I'm going to do a huge makeup declutter, and it's kind of going to be like a speed reviews because I'm going to give you like my opinions on some of the products I'm decluttering. So stay tuned for that. It'll definitely be a beneficial one and not just like randomly getting rid of stuff just to get rid of. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.